Hey y'all, and welcome to DIY in the Boro. I'm your host, Caleb Rogers, and we're back in beautiful downtown Statesboro, Georgia. In today's episode, we're gonna get an inside look at Cake Bakery and Cool Beans Espresso Bar. So sit back, relax, and learn how you can do it yourself.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Thank you.
So Shannon, I absolutely love this place. This is a really cool atmosphere. It's a great place just to come hang out. But I've got to ask, why cake? Why a bakery? What brought you to this?
Well, as for the name, I just wanted it to be something really catchy and simple and to the point. So a lot of people come in and they're like, I saw your sign that said cake, so I just had to stop because I love cake. And so that, and I really don't know how I got into this. It just kind of fell in my lap, actually.
Really?
I found out that someone was selling a bakery, and I always wanted to have one, so I said, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Now, was this something that you did a lot as a kid growing up, or did you just kind of jump into it when you got the business?
I learned as a child. My mother did a lot of cakes, so she kind of taught me, and then a few years ago, I started doing it from home just as a hobby, and then when I got this opportunity, I decided just to jump in with both feet.
Well, now, I think the question that everyone always wants to ask, what is your favorite thing to bake?
My favorite thing probably are the French macaroons that we make, because no one else around here makes them that I know of. So it's just something really fun and challenging, and they're beautiful and delicious, of course.
See, I don't think I could ever own a bakery because I'd probably eat more than I sold.
You'd get tired
and
of it.
it'd be an issue.
If you look at it every day, you don't want it. So.
So when did you actually open up Cake? When did this all start?
We opened in late March of this year, actually.
Okay. What all do y'all offer here?
We do breakfast every morning. David does any kind of coffee you can imagine. And then we do quiche in the mornings. And we do croissants, muffins, and then we have cupcakes every day. And we do a lot of custom cake orders.
So do y'all just kind of rotate your flavors every day? Or?
Yeah, we try to have, our regular ones every day. We have red velvet, the Gold Digger, which is our best seller. It's like a chocolate turtle cupcake. It's really good, yeah. And it has a little gold glitter on top because,
that's cool.
you gotta have glitter. Glitter makes everything better. So we have those, and then our Silver Fox, which is another one that we came up with on our own. It's an almond pound cake with almond buttercream and white chocolate and silver glitter. So.
You are making my mouth water.
And then just chocolate, vanilla. Everybody, likes those things, but we do a little something special every day.
How do you really get the word out about your business? How do you get cake out there for everyone?
We use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the website. That's really been the best thing. We're open from 7 to 6 every day, except for Saturday, which we are open from 8 to 3, and then Sunday we're closed because I need one day not to look at cupcakes.
So what are we going to be getting our hands into a little bit later on?
I think I'm going to show you how to decorate some cupcakes if you're up to it.
I think I'm up for the challenge.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Maybe play with fire a little bit.
I'm not too sure about that one, but we'll see.
I have a torch.
I'm a little more excited.
Okay.
What's the most interesting one you've come up with?
Probably the sweet potato. This is our first time we've made it, so you're going to be our guinea pig today.
Oh, I'm excited.
Tell me if it's any good.
I'll let you know.
Okay, great.
So now that you've got my mouth watering for these cupcakes, I think I'm about ready to try one.
Okay, you got to work for it though.
I think I can do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, so Shannon, what are we going to be working on today?
Well, we've got 2 different kinds of cupcakes. We've got butterbeer, which is Harry Potter,
Okay.
Butterbeer. It's delicious.
Very nice.
Kind of like a butterscotch flavor. And then we've got sweet potato flavor, actually.
Cool.
Made with real sweet potatoes, and then we're going to play with fire on these.
Yes.
But first, I'm going to show you something a little easier.
Okay, cool. Well, what do I need to do first?
Well, first, put on your uniform.
Oh, gosh.
And then we're going to frost these. I'll show you how to do it. So I've already obviously baked these and filled them with the butterscotch ganache.
Okay.
And then we have a butterscotch buttercream that we're going to just put on top. You start in the middle and kind of squeeze a little, apply kind of even pressure, You go around and then just pull up.
Oh,
So you want to try?
we'll see about this.
Okay.
Now, what did you say was inside of it already?
Okay, it's a butterscotch ganache inside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So start in the middle. Just a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, kind of keep it steady. You're doing good. Very good. Okay, great.
Oh, I didn't go back to the middle.
It's okay. Here, do the rest of them.
Ah, yes.
And then we'll just drizzle these with a little more butterscotch ganache.
Now, I'm going to sound stupid for asking, but what
No.
is ganache?
A ganache is like usually take like a chocolate. These are butterscotch chips we use for this.
Okay.
And you mix it with a heavy cream and melt it down, and it makes kind of like a sauce.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to let you decorate the last one. Put a little bit more on that one. Kind of
Just
sad.
around the outside, or?
Go back in the middle. Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
squeeze some through right there a little.
Yeah,
That
here,
was almost
let me
a
help
mess.
you. Here. No, you're fine. Here, you got to keep this part really tight.
Gotcha.
There you go. Okay.
Start in the middle.
Right. Good job.
Is that better?
Perfect. Okay, do a little drizzle for us. And those will be done. Awesome.
Perfect.
And there we have our butterscotch butterbeer cupcakes.
Yes.
Now, for the fun part. These are sweet potato cupcakes.
Okay.
So they have real sweet potatoes, cinnamon. It's kind of like Thanksgiving. And this is marshmallow fluff.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah, childhood memories. This one's kind of hard to squeeze out, but
I'm sure.
I'm gonna put a little on there, and I'm gonna let you do the rest, and then we'll put it fire.
So, what do I?
Just kind of do
Did you
just like you
anything
did
special?
before. Just start in the middle. Try to kind of mound it up pretty and tall.
Oh, you want it tall?
Yeah, because we're gonna. Yeah, there you
Is that good?
go. Perfect. Middle.
Ah.
It's okay.
Here we go.
Hey, you're gonna eat these, so it's okay.
Okay, that sounds a little sideways.
That's fine. They don't
Still
have to be
taste the same.
perfect. Exactly.
It'll still catch on fire.
It'll still catch on fire, much like the wrapper and the tablecloth. You just have to be careful.
And my flesh. So.
Very good. Well, I won't let you burn. Okay, so this is my favorite thing to play with right here. I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
And you really can easily set the thing on fire. You know, the wrapper. So you gotta be
Where are your
careful.
fingers? Those are there
I've
too.
never actually burnt myself with this. Of course, there's a first time for everything. Did I get it? No. And it just browns up so pretty. Okay.
S'mores would be so much easier with one of those at home.
Okay, here. Now, all you gotta do is push this button here, and it holds the flame. As soon as you let go, it stops.
So press this in.
Yes.
Am I holding it correctly?
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to like not burn my fingers.
You're good. You just kind of do it evenly so you don't set it on fire, but you know, what to do that. We have sprinklers, so okay,
Oh,
you're burning.
I'm burning.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Do the sides.
Okay, that one's not turning brown.
Just keep going. I think you're afraid of the fire. There you go. That's good.
Burning
okay,
again a
burning.
little. Oh, caught a
There you
cupcake on fire.
Here, let me hold that. I'll finish.
Never done
this
that
one up.
before.
It's okay. It happens. We try not to catch things on fire now, but sometimes it happens. I'll do this one and I'll let you do the last one, okay?
Okay.
Give you one more.
I'm guessing that's the one I'm eating.
You can eat all of them. You guys all share.
Closer you get into it.
Pretty, you know.
Okay,
pretty
gotcha.
close. I like kind of, it shows a little swirl if you
Okay.
do that. Okay.
So now I'm scared about this
So-
one because it's like falling over the
Is
sides.
it falling? Okay, here.
Well, it's just almost falling.
It's okay. You know, just kind of let gravity use its effects when you do that one. It'll be fine. Good. That one looks really good. Very good. I might do a little more. It looks great. And we're on fire. Okay, well, it's good.
They don't teach you this in home ec.
No, they don't let you play with fire, sadly. But anyway, so these are our sweet potato.
These are the two I made.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good job. Here we go.
Let me see your stuff. Terrible. What do you think?
I'll take a tray of these to go. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. So the fire department's gone. Said it was just surface damage.
She told you about that one.
Well, it's kind of hard not to miss the smoke. But yeah, so everything seems fine.
Well, good.
And I'm sure it tastes wonderful.
Oh, it was delicious.
Good. So how's your coffee?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm definitely a fan.
Well, good. That I think is one of my. It's the Costa Rican.
Right.
And it's very smooth, and you don't have any cream and sugar in there, do you?
Mm-mm.
Very good. Best way to enjoy a cup of coffee.
So, quick question for you. How long have you been doing this?
For about 3 years.
And now, has that all been here, or is this pretty new?
No, this is new. I moved back home. I graduated from Southern about 150 years ago. About 20 years ago, moved back to come home. But I learned how to do coffee basically in Kansas City. I lived there.
Okay.
I used to work for a company that did telecom projects, and they sent me down to South America, to Caracas, and I did some work in the U.S. Embassy there.
Okay.
The hotel I stayed at ran out of things. One day I was there, they ran out of milk, which is crazy. And I needed my coffee, and I was like, well, I'll just put sugar in my coffee, because the coffee was good. And so I drank it, and it was like, that's not too bad. Well, the next morning, they were out of milk and sugar. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I needed coffee, absolutely needed coffee. So I drank it black, and it was amazing. So when I got back, I started doing some research and found out that it was fresh, and that makes a huge difference. And I was like, wow. And there really is it really was just that kind of wow moment that everybody gets in their life. Most people think of coffee, they see the coffee pot and it's black and it's strong and it's nasty. This is not. Coffee is amazing. When you roast, because I roasted a little bit here, so I've learned a little bit about it, but you have a window when you can develop the flavor on coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I can take one coffee bean and roast it to one point, and it could taste lemony and citrusy and a very light coffee. But roast it 30 seconds longer, and it could have a caramelly, chocolatey flavor.
Now, all these different ways that you can make a cup of coffee, what kind of impact does it have on the cup of coffee, whether it's the flavor or anything like that? Is there a difference that you can tell?
Yeah, there is. So there's different brewing methods highlight different flavors, and it's just a matter of experimenting. You could have a cup of coffee with a French press, and it'll taste one way, and then with a manual drip, it'll have a completely different flavor profile. One of the reasons is when you use the French press, there is no filter, so you're getting all the oils and the fines and the grounds, and that really does bring a lot of flavor and body, and even it changes the texture.
Right.
And now also too, you look at the caffeine, because obviously coffee has a lot of caffeine.
Right.
And there is a belief that espresso has a lot more caffeine than regular coffee. And that's really not necessarily true. If you roast something that's very light to a medium, so it's kind of a tan or a brown, all that caffeine and the minerals are still inside that coffee bean. So when I brew that, you're gonna get the maximum amount of caffeine. Now, if I have a bean that's roasted very dark, you're gonna see that the bean is very oily and dark, and that's that minerals and the caffeine coming to the surface. So you're gonna lose some of that caffeine.
Right.
You can't really tell the difference because both of them are going to make you jittery, but technically you really are going to have more caffeine inside a medium roast coffee because you haven't lost any of those any of the caffeine.
Gotcha. And you also mentioned the manual pour.
Yes.
What is that kind of in comparison to what I guess normal people would be used to with coffee?
Most normal people are used to putting the coffee packet in the filter, and I never knew how much coffee was supposed to go in the filter.
Me neither.
I just would put, it says 4 spoonfuls, and it never looked right, so I always put a little bit more. So the manual pour is that same process where you've got water that's coming through the ground, out through a filter, and then into a pot. The difference is with a coffee machine, with a drip machine, there's no control. It's basically water just hitting it, pushing through most of the coffee. Now, eventually that water fills up the pot and it drips out. But that initial burst, you're gonna get just a lot of water at the bottom of your pot. The way a manual pour works is you control that water flow, and you also control the agitation. And when I pour it, you pour it softly, so you don't get that displacement. And there's also something called the bloom, which I'll show you if you're really interested, because it is very cool. But when I pour 50 grams of water, and then I stop for about 30 seconds. And what's happening is that water is being absorbed by the ground, so they're becoming saturated. Though you'll see a little bit drip out the bottom, but most of that water is getting pulled into the coffee ground. So then when I start pouring again, what's released automatically is coffee. There's no that water, you won't see any water dropping out. It'll all be coffee ground.
Gotcha, very cool. Okay, well this is all really interesting. I think I'm about ready to go try my own cup. If you're ready to teach me.
Absolutely, it's really easy. Come on.
Okay, let's go. Don't change that channel. After the break, we're gonna learn a little bit more about pouring the perfect cup of coffee. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so the first question I need to ask you is, what kind of coffee do you like?
I'm not too picky. I do like something with like a lot of flavor, but not too strong and definitely not too bitter.
Okay, well now bitter is not gonna happen unless you do it wrong. I think a good coffee for you is this Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, which was roasted probably about 2 weeks ago by Three Tree Coffee Roasters here in Statesboro.
Okay, cool.
Let me let you take a smell of that. That's always a big part, is the aromas.
Very nice.
Okay, so we're gonna set yours in front of you. I've chosen a Sulawesi, which is an Indonesian coffee that I roasted last week. So that's one of those things that's important, is that roasting, you want to get it as fresh as possible. All right, so first thing we do, we have our beans.
Yes.
Now, so we have to have 23 grams of coffee to 360 grams of water. And if you over extract, it can become very bitter. If you under extract, it can be bitter or sour. Just makes for a bad cup of coffee. Lots of times when you go to another place and the coffee is kind of really bitter and strong and black, you can float a horseshoe in it because they didn't extract it right. So what we do is go ahead and turn this on, right there. Okay, you just need to verify that it's 23 grams. All right, so I'm good, you're good. So we're gonna take your beans, we're gonna grind them. So let's go ahead and get you to drop your beans in. Okay, so here, if we take a look at what you've got, there are your grounds, all look pretty even. So now let's go ahead and you do the white one. I'll do the red one. Okay, here's your filter. And what you want to do is the seam right here. Fold it down. There you go. Open it up. Set it in. And the reason that you're folding it down is just to make the filter fit into the cone better. There you go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take hot water, and this is 206 degree water. So let me I'll pour this for you.
Thank you.
And we're going to wet this down. And what this does is it takes off any chemicals or any byproducts that are left on the filter, because you don't want that taste in your coffee. But also what this is doing is it's heating up the cone and the pitcher. And that way, when the coffee hits it, it's going to already be warm. You don't have to worry about it shocking it or making it a little bit colder.
Okay.
Go ahead and pour that out. All right, so we'll put the water here. Now, very carefully dump your grinds into your filter. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get mine ready. Okay. So go ahead and reset your scale to 0.
Is that just that
the
button?
tare? Yep. So grab your pitcher here.
This one?
Yep.
I can like feel it boiling.
So what we're gonna do, and this is very important. See, this is a step that's really easy to skip over, but never skip. This is called the bloom. So we're gonna pour, just watch me pour, then you can mimic me, is nice and easy. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just wetting the ground. You wanna go to about 50 grams. So go ahead and you do it. Nice little circle, stay off the filter. There you go. Now, you see all that bubbling and how it's rising up? Mine's even doing it even more. It's almost looking like a muffin top. That's called the bloom. And what's happening right now is the coffee grounds are absorbing the water and they're swelling up. The bubbling is the off-gassing. When coffee beans are roasted, they create carbon dioxide. And so as you pour the water, it releases that carbon dioxide. So that's what your bubbling is. It's a good way to tell too if your coffee's fresh or not. And so what we're doing is we're letting it sit for about 30 seconds. Now we're gonna pour the same way, just nice tight little circles.
The rest of it?
Yeah, we're gonna look for, you wanna go to about 360 grams. There, you see all that bubbling? That just shows you got really good coffee. There you go, you can pour a little bit faster. But see, with that gooseneck, it gives you the ability to control the flow of the water. And I'll watch your weight for you. You're getting close. There you go, right there. All right, so let's go ahead and set this back down. Remember, it's really hot, so be careful. So what's happening right now is your coffee is brewing inside here. As you can see, as the water starts dropping down, the grounds go to the sides. What that's telling you is that it's brewing in there and its water's being pulled from all sides. So you can see this really, and it only has taken maybe 2.5 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so you make sure everything's gone. Now everything here is very hot, so you have to be very careful. All right, so now just take your filter, close it up.
Am I done too?
Yep, you're done too. Just close it, give it a little twist. Don't push it down. You don't want to squeeze out that last drop because then you're going to start over extracting. And just drop it in the trash can right behind you. There you go. And we're done. So now we'll take this. Let me take this for you. And we have a cup for you, a cup for me. So now what we'll do is we'll take this very carefully because again it's very hot, and then pour it in. And you can leave a little room for cream and sugar. I would advise you to try it first because this is a very flavorful coffee. It's not bitter. It should be very smooth. You can take a sip and you can actually pull some of that flavor out. You'll notice that on your first sip, you should be able to notice that the floral flavor that I was telling you about. All right.
Yeah.
Is that good?
That's good.
Cheers.
Bring it up, yeah. It's a sprinkle. We'll play with sprinkles.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know you want to burn more stuff. But...
We can peel that little boil off.
Sounds really disgusting. Go get him some water so he doesn't choke to death.
I'm good.
No, I couldn't eat that one.
The butterscotch ganache washed it down.